Man, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Hive Mind with Jalen, your boy Jalen in the flesh, man. I know I've been going, man. I missed a week on y'all. I've been trying to post weekly, but your boy was battling some sickness. I'm talking urgent care. I'm talking ER, all of that. But we're coming out on the other half of it now, feeling a lot better. Obviously, feeling good enough to get on here, give y'all some content. I mean, Hornets been buzzing, no pun intended. So we are gonna get right into everything, man. First and foremost, we just had a really, really good win against the Boston Celtics, and I want to start off this conversation here talking about the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, Charles Lee. I mean, he deserves real legit credit for how the Hornets are playing right now. And I would say the biggest change that I've noticed is a change in discipline and low key defensive identity. These good teams just don't appear overnight. Coaching culture matters. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. Player coach matters. Charles Lee is starting to build one in Charlotte. So I think from what we're seeing, especially from what we saw in that Celtics game, which was a statement game, the Hornets are playing more structured style half court offenses, which is way different to how we were playing in the first half of the season. I would say starting off, our offense was a little all over the place. Especially before we were able to really get LaMelo and Khan and Brandon Miller to work as a fluid rotation of three guys. It was kind of like a play by committee type of role. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really much of an identity, not much of like you think of the Spurs with a very disciplined fundamental offense. You think of OKC as a AAU style high power offense. We didn't really have that. I will say that from honestly beginning of this year, I've seen more of an identity. We're very high tempo style offense that has been hard for a lot of teams to defend. Honestly, our defensive rotations have improved very dramatically, and players are buying into Charles Lee. They're buying into his system. They're buying into his coaching style. They're buying into the type of players coach he is. And surprisingly enough, the Hornets have been among one of the top teams in defensive ratings in the recent stretch of our winning. And I will say our bench production has also been utilized to its fullest the way that Charles Lee has been coaching recently. I will add in this quick note too. I said this earlier when we first got Kobe White. The addition of Kobe White is the type of addition that takes this team to being a play-in team, a hopeful play-in team, to a legit playoff team. We have quickly, off of an injury, already seen him give us 20 and 17 in different games off of the bench. Those are must-have numbers for a winning team that wants to compete later in the season. One thing that we see from teams that we consider serious contenders, and when I say that, I'm looking at teams such as the Spurs, I'm looking at teams such as the Thunder. Two things that make these teams very well-rounded is that they have depth all over the freaking place. I mean, for crying out loud, the Thunder just got Jared McCain, who's coming off the bench. They pulled one of our cards with the Kobe White type of pickup. And I'm glad that Charles Lee, I'm glad that management is looking and taking notes around the league and understanding that over time, it might not, look like it makes a whole lot of sense at first. But this thing going to start slowly but surely coming together. And you realize, hey, okay, this piece connects with that piece. And this is how you put together a winning team, a winning culture. And the last point I'll make is that these young players are developing faster under his system. For years, Charlotte needed a coach who was younger, a coach who could relate to these guys, a coach who has also had experience in a winning system. We're getting all that from Charles Lee, coming from the Celtics, being a younger guy, being a black coach. Like little things like that goes a long way in the locker room. The presence that he's had with rotations in the, like I just mentioned earlier with the bench, we're seeing players like Tajon get out there and not just play, but it's more of being effective with the minutes that they're getting. You know, even a guy like a PJ Hall, who has came in at times and has been really effective. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. The success that we've seen with Moussa Diabate is like solely due to Charles Lee. The way that he was using him last year when we were struggling and depleted at the big position showed me that Charles Lee knows what he's doing with these players, especially these younger guys. He is taking these players and allowing them to play to their strengths versus coaching them and putting them into places where he wants them to be. This is why Con Kneppel is having so much success, y'all. You draft a player, you bring him onto your team, and you tell them, hey, we're going to play to what works for you. You know, we even see this, you know, this type of style in the NFL, for example, with a guy like Caleb Williams. I'll make a comparison with this, right? Caleb Williams in his rookie year wasn't doing jack shoot until Ben Johnson came in there, changed the offense so that it fits Caleb's style. You build an offense around Caleb Williams' style. Charles Lee is building an offense that fits around LaMelo Ball, Con Kneppel, and Brandon Miller's style. Now you are seeing something that you haven't seen before. People are looking at this team and it's like, wow, they're beating the Celtics, they're beating the Spurs, they're beating the Thunder. You're seeing an offensive style that you have literally never seen from the Hornets before, ever. Charles Lee. So I just want to take a minute to really give him his flowers because the intense turnaround of this team has been something that I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a team just turn around midseason like this abruptly and get the eyes of the entire league so quick. I think Charles Lee is this year solidified to stay in Charlotte. I think, you know, with the draft coming up, I think this is just also another time to add another piece to just keep us going. I mean, of course, I don't want to speak too far into the draft yet until, you know, we see what goes on with the rest of the season. But Charles Lee, I'm tipping my hat off to you, brother. Keep this thing going. Now, like I said, I just started talking about the game in Boston. Charlotte beating Boston was not just a win, y'all. It was a statement. And no, I'm not over-exaggerating. No, I'm not stretching the storyline or narrative. No, it wasn't just a game. That was a statement win. And I want to bring to your attention, we have multiple statement wins. We have beaten all of the NBA championship contenders. Have y'all peeped that? We have beaten, let me say this one more time, because I'm even stumbling myself up. We have beaten all of the NBA finals, NBA champion contenders so far. We beat the Rockets. We beat the Thunder. We beat the Spurs. We beat the Celtics. These are people that we talk about as contenders. And we're not just, oh man, by the hair of our chinny chin chin. We're beating these guys. We're winning against these guys. Now, of course, some of those games had situations where they're a little bit closer. I'm not going to be naive and say that, you know, just because we've beaten these teams means that, oh, we can get to the finals, whatever. No. The point of me bringing that up shows that Y'all need to start putting the Charlotte Hornets in a totally different stratosphere of comparisons with teams. Put some respect on our name is what I'm saying. We are a team that can compete with anybody. We're just as good as any of the top teams in the league. We're just as good as any of those teams. We've played with the best. We've beat the best at our own home and at y'all house. We beat the Rockets at their crib. We beat the Thunder at their crib. So when y'all talk to us with some freaking respect, bruh. Talk to us nice. You feel me? Got a stat to drop for y'all. We have won 6 games by 15 plus points. That's something that hasn't been done by the 2018 Warriors. Now, what else did the 2018 Warriors go on to... I'm getting ahead of myself. I know, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just saying, what else did the 2018 Warriors go on to do? Win the finals. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. We are winning games by big margin. We're not just, like I said earlier, winning these games by the hair of our chinny chin chin. It's not just super close games, y'all. These are statement games. These are y'all can't beat us games. These are we're better than y'all games. Do y'all not see what's going on? Are y'all freaking blind? Are y'all dumb? The Hornets haven't been just surviving games, y'all. We are controlling the pace of games. We attack Boston's weak points instead of playing scared. And this shows that we can compete with championship level teams. This is a team that is, the 2 seed in the East. Of course, Boston does not have the best team on paper right now. But in a weak East, they are still leading and playing well with the things that they got. Now, what I like from what I saw from a coaching standpoint reminds me a lot of what we saw Boston do against Dallas when they were in the finals. And that was getting your 2 best players to solely try to win you the game, which we saw that perfectly. A lot of times we have these matchups where the goal is, okay, if we take Jaylen Brown out the game and Derek White or whatever, then we have a better shot of winning. We'll just let the role players, beat us. You still got a full team of guys. If you take out the pieces that are connected to those guys and you say, hey, if we just lose to Jaylen Brown going off and dropping 80, then we lose to Jaylen Brown dropping 80. Derek White and Jaylen Brown both had really good games. They both had about 30. They still lost. We let them do their thing. The defensive attention wasn't on the best guys on the floor. It was controlling the pace of the game around their teammates, their counterparts, the other people that are on the court. You take them out the game, who else are they playing with besides themselves? Pause. That was a pause. Had a pause there. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. I don't know if we on the same level right now. Like, y'all, the way I'm feeling about this Charlotte team right now got me on I feel like I'm on some intellectual stuff right now. Like, I ain't saying I'm better than y'all or nothing like that, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because y'all not seeing what we're seeing, y'all. That was a statement win, bro. This win told me this team ain't just hot, but we're learning how to beat elite teams. It's a pattern going on, y'all. And another person we're going to put some respect on, LaMelo Ball. We talk about LaMelo Ball a lot on this podcast, but for years, people have been saying LaMelo Ball is just a stats guy, not a winning player. I think it's super safe to say that narrative is dead now. When I think of a clear leader on this team during the win streak, it's been LaMelo, y'all. Brandon Miller has been the best scorer. Con Canepa has been the best 3-point scorer, the best contributor when it matters. And LaMelo Ball has been the best leader. This has been the year where LaMelo Ball has finally begun to step into his leadership role, improving his decision making, improving his shot selection, taking responsibility, taking leadership. His assist to turnover ratios has improved. His offensive efficiency when he's on the floor has improved. The team record on this current run has improved with LaMelo Ball being on the court. Now, I know for a while now, we had conversations talking about, earlier in the season. These conversations don't matter now, of course, but about potentials on trade and LaMelo and all this stuff. And I was one person to say that, hey, no, I never advocated for the green light of trading LaMelo, but I said if we did, I would want it to be a fleece, and I would want us to win that trade. Even though the trade deadline is over, we have not heard any conversations about, is LaMelo Ball going to stay in Charlotte? Does Charlotte need to keep LaMelo Ball? Is he a winning player for Charlotte? What happened to those conversations, y'all? Did we just... I've seen nothing but conversations of Charlotte is now the hottest team in the NBA, and does this team have a legit chance in the playoffs? LaMelo Ball has really turned it around for... It is so crazy how we change the narratives when people start winning. When people start winning, everything gets better in life, huh? And hey, I mean, the conversation used to be, can LaMelo put up numbers? Now the conversation is, can teams stop him from winning? Like, when this guy's on the court, we are winning. So I think it's the level of impact that LaMelo Ball has had this year hasn't been one of all-star caliber. It hasn't been what you see where these guys are out here dropping 40, 50 plus. He did that last year. He's had his moments to do that. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but I've spoke on this. We don't need him to do that no more. The role that he has stepped into now, this is where he's going to start finding success in the league. And don't get me wrong, LaMelo has still had big games for us this year. Like, huge games for us this year. But he has stepped into a pass-first point guard role that makes him more of a threat because people know he can shoot the ball. We see a LaMelo Ball highlight almost every week. People know he can shoot that rock. But when you have to worry about Con Kneppel, who just broke the three-point made record for a rookie, and Brandon Miller, what you gonna do? So y'all put some respect on LaMelo's name. Those conversations have ended. Charlotte is finally figuring out what is working. And those three guys, for years, are going to be a problem. And out of those three guys, we're going to focus on one guy. And this is something that has been kind of pissing me off. I'm not going to lie. And it's the Rookie of the Year debate. Con Kneppel versus Cooper Flagg for Rookie of the Year. Who deserves it? I personally don't think there should be much of a debate here, guys. Am I biased? Slightly. But Con deserves Rookie of the Year. I think it's a no-brainer, y'all. Now, the one thing that I've heard that has been irritating me is that, well, Con is on a winning team, or Con is on a team with better pieces around him, and Cooper Flagg isn't really playing with a lot of good pieces, and he's still putting up the same numbers as Con. Are y'all dumb? Let's pull up their numbers real quick. Let's pull up their numbers real quick, because I don't want to even say the wrong thing, but I'm about to school y'all, bro. All right, Con Kneppel right now. He's averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. We know he's done with his three-point shooting, setting the three-point made record in the league right now. Just amazing year. He already hit 1,000 points before Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg just hit 1,000 points. Congrats to Cooper Flagg on that. Cooper right now, he is averaging 26 and 4. So again, Con is averaging 19, 5, and 3. Coop is averaging 26 and 4. Now, like I said, the main debate that I've heard is that Cooper Flagg is doing all of this on a team that has nothing but him. It's just him. He's still putting up these numbers. Obviously, he had 40-point games and all this crazy stuff, but you know, the argument is that he's doing more with less, essentially. Let's break down Conkaneppel's game. His impact on winning, his efficiency compared to these rookies, and his role with the offense. I already gave y'all his stats per game. But Conkaneppel is doing more with more. The argument for Cooper Flagg is he's doing more with less. Is it not more impressive to be averaging, like, let me get my words right. Is it not more impressive to be averaging what should be the number one player or number two player on a team type of stats when you are the third option on the offense? He is averaging 20 points, y'all, on an offense that he is the third option in. The Charlotte Hornets were not winning games and were not being put in this limelight until Conkaneppel stepped foot on that court. Conkaneppel broke the 3-point made record. Well, Conkaneppel leads the league. Let me say that. Conkaneppel leads the league in 3 points made. Already at 200 something. This is not even just a rookie stat. This is a league stat. And you mean to tell me that a guy that we just know is super talented at scoring, we know he has a bright future ahead of him, and we know what he was going to do when he came into the league, that he deserves it more than Conkaneppel? Are we serious right now? The way that this offense has meshed together because of the presence of one player, we're talking about Charlotte being a playoff team. And I don't like this recency bias when we're talking about this whole comparison with Con and Cooper Flagg on who deserves Rookie of the Year, because now y'all are talking about Charlotte in a light that, oh, they can really compete with these teams and playoff teams or whatever. This just happened this year. We have not always been good. So if you're taking what it means to be a true Rookie of the Year, embodying that from stats to impact in the league and impact on the team, Con has knocked out all of those boxes. He came to a losing team, helped them started winning immediately. He fit in like a freaking puzzle piece. Impact in the league, leading the league in 3 points made. Impact in winning. The Charlotte Hornets are now talking about being a playoff caliber team. And stats, he's still averaging 20 points with the presence of LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. These guys have been healthy this year. These are guys who are still leading the team. These are still all-star caliber players. So for me, it's like, I'm not disrespecting Coop, man. Coop has been hooping. Coop has been balling. But it is a disgrace to not acknowledge the impact that Conkaneppel has had on the court for the Charlotte Hornets this year. And the records he has set in the league. What he did this year is not just good for the Hornets. He is building a name for himself. He is building a staple point for his career right now. You feel me? Like, people are already saying, oh man, he could probably beat Curry's, bro, we're putting him in conversations with Stephen Curry. Like, are you... Yo, I get serious about this, man. We got to give credit where it's due. You feel me? And I'm not saying that it's not due to Cooper Flagg. Like, Cooper Flagg had a great season so far. He's been playing amazing. We knew this. Coop is Coop. But Con came in and did stuff that nobody could have ever thought that he was going to be able to do. And the way that he's impacting winning, he's one of the best rookies in the league outside of Cooper Flagg, who we knew was going to be great. So my argument, to make it just clear, concise, and quick, is that I believe it's more impressive from grading who should be crowned a rookie of the year standpoint that, okay, hey, these guys are essentially averaging the same stats, but Khan is doing it on the team where he's not even the number one option. Cooper Flagg is the main guy on the team, and he's averaging these numbers. Now, some people will also say, well, when you got LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, the defensive matchups are going to be on those guys, so, it kind of opens up him to get more shots. That's not a false statement. I wouldn't say that's incorrect. But is it still not impressive to consistently be able to average 20 points next to guys who are dropping 30 and 25 and 20 or whatever on a consistent basis as well? Like, you're showing that you're an elite player. Not that, oh, my defensive matchup has me open. No, I'm saying I'm up here with these guys. I'm just as good as LaMelo. I'm just as good as Brandon Miller. Consistently, I am just as good as these guys who've been in the year. My fault, has been in the league for 2, 3, 4, 5 plus years. That's what that means. So when it's all said and done, I really think they should do a co-rookie of the year. I think that's honestly the most fair because Cooper Flagg has been balling. I don't want to disrespect the youngin because he's been hooping. He's been doing this thing. But you just not Con Kneppel, my boy. You just not Con Kneppel. Y'all both went to do. With y'all just not my boy Con, man. Real quick though, I want to go back on something that I said on one of the last pods. I told y'all when we was about to play the Cavs, this was 2 weeks ago, I said if we beat this Cavs team, or even if we don't, we have the potential to go on a 6-game win streak. Y'all go back to last pod. I promise you I said it. Now, mind you, we're on a 6-game win streak. But it's time for me to give another hot take because that one was right. I know what I'm talking about. So I think we can finish this season. Oh, hold on now. I think we can finish this season nearly, y'all don't take my word super literal, but nearly undefeated. I think we could lose 5 to 6 more games, max. And the reason why I say that is because this end of season schedule was very winnable. Take y'all through it real quick. I'm going to just spit them off. So we just played the Celtics, beat them. Next, we have the Miami Heat at home. We play the Suns in Phoenix. We play the Trailblazers at their crib. We play the Kings at their crib. We play the Spurs at their crib. We play the Heat again at home. We play the Magic at home. Play the Grizzlies at home. Play the Kings at home. Play the Knicks at home. Play the 76ers at home. We play the Celtics at home. We play the Nets in Brooklyn. We play the Suns at home. We play the Pacers at home. Timberwolves in Minnesota. We play the Celtics again at their crib. We play Boston again at home. I mean, not Boston. Pistons again at home. And we play New York one more time in New York. Now, all those games I just kind of spat out real quick. Potential losses I really see. Minnesota. I think Boston gets us at least once or twice, especially with Jason Tatum coming back now. Split with New York. Possibly San Antonio. Call me crazy, but all those other games are pretty winnable. I mean, from the chemistry we have right now to the confidence level of the team, I think when a young team that's hot like this figures it out, which we did at the beginning of the year, they can go on ridiculous runs, which we've already seen. We already had a 9-game win streak. We now have a 6-game win streak. And the Hornets just might be hitting that momentum right now. Like, I think it's just another one of those times where it's like, it's really genuinely hard for me to say, like, who's a hard team for us to beat? Like, we're playing teams that are hard teams. We won against teams that are hard to beat. So, as it's tough. I genuinely think that with what we have left, we can really go on a win streak that will shock some people. And even once we do get in the playoffs, which we will, I think we can have a matchup that is favorable for us. So I'm looking forward to the next few games. Like I said, my prediction is I think we lose maybe 5 or 6 more. Maybe. I was gonna say 4 at first, but that's a stretch. But y'all, it's good to be back. I'm still recovering from the little situation I had, but definitely excited to keep getting content back out to you guys, man. Hornets have been the hottest thing in the NBA right now. Good for me. Like to see us winning. More content for y'all. But yeah, man, y'all keep tapping in with me, man. And hey, I will catch y'all on the flip. Till next time, we out.